and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Before I get started, please give this a like and a thumbs up or subscribe. It would really help me out. I'm trying to grow this channel, so I'm doing lots of really cool things. To the project at hand, I am doing a lightsaber dagger. There's two designs I've got to do. I'm not entirely sure which one I'm going to do first. They're going to be much more Sith than normal, so that should be really good. I think they're going to both be black because I think that look kind of sweet. I think what we need to do is just get into designing and everything like that, and yeah, I'm going to just get started. Let's go, guys, let's go. It's gonna be awesome. Yes. Okay, so because we're doing a design that's going to be slightly different to the way I do things, we need paper and pen and that sort of stuff. So I need a little bit of space at the bottom, but this is just to get an idea. So okay, so that's the basic shape. I've got this material, and I'm going to want, oh my god, this is going so wrong so quickly. So obviously this has got a this is where the chassis is. It's got a Hauser blade, so I want about this much for blade, so it's going to come out to here. Let's make this one. God, I'm all fingers and thumbs today, guys. Right, so that long. I'll do it like this. Okay. Now he wants it to be out there. I've done this wrong already. But that's why we have paper. We can turn it around. Right, sod it. We're just going to do this as a chassis. It doesn't have to be to scale. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit slow today. It's one of those days, I feel. Right. So it wants these like fins to come out. And I think they need to go to there. Yes. That's it. I want it to go to there. So from there and there. Now the thing with this is I'm going to actually hand solder these onto the metal. To do that, I'm going to put a tiny little rivet like right here, and then I'm going to rivet from inside out, which is really hard to do, but all I need to do is just hold this piece of metal in place while I heat it on, and once I've done that, we're golden. And we need to have somewhere, so it's going to be so oh, I like that, guys. That's nice. Oh, sorry, I like that kind of. It kind of looks like a really evil dagger. And because we're hand soldering it in place, it doesn't matter about the rest. Should we just go straight down, which is a bit boring, or should we like over it up to, yes, so to here. Oh, yeah, I like that. Is awesome. And because we've got quite a lot of room, oh, I like that. I really like that. I actually do like those angles. Is this the right size? It is exactly thick enough. Excellent. So that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, and then we'll do a nice chunky pommel at the base. So it's got a lot of weight at the bottom. About this much. So that's where the blade's going to stop. And so this will be here. So then we're going to have, yeah, that works out really well. That means the main switch is going to be around there. Charging port here. Screw. That works really well. That's really nice. Do I make that a bit longer? You know what? We'll just bring that out. Do I kind of like that more. Yeah, that's what I'll go with. I like that. It's good. Yes, that is it. I am happy with that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is get that shape created, and then I'll be back here. I'll put the shape, that shape, on here. Cut 2 of these because there's 2 fins, and then we're going to start building, guys. Awesome. I'll see you in a moment. Right, okay, so I've got the part that I want, which is really cool. So this will go on here, and we'll cut this out. So we have a template, which means I need to cut this to length. I will then also be cutting out the internal core, which houses this part, which is all the internals. I will be cutting another piece that goes over this, and that means the blades will be riveted to that part, not to the thinner core. And then we will most probably do a wrap or leather stitch on the handle body and the pommel. So let's get started.
Close my eyes and a calm descends on me. Take me with you. We soar to infinity. We're going at the speed of light. Bring me higher. You lift my feet up from the ground. I wish upon the shooting star that you make me lighter. And now you hit my heart with the speed of light. Hear the rhythm of a heartbeat echoing eternity. We will travel 1,000 light years. We soar to infinity. We're going at the speed of light. Bring me higher. You lift my feet up from the ground. I wish upon the shooting star that you make me lighter. And now you hit my heart with the speed of light. We're going at the speed of light. Bring me higher. You lift my feet up from the ground.
Right, so I've got this part done. This is going to have the fins riveted to, so there's going to be a rivet going from the inside out and into the hole here, and then that'll lock it in place strong enough so that I can then hand solder this in place. So that's the easy bit. That's, I think, I'll show you what I mean. So this is a rivet, and getting the rivet in is a bit of a pain. So that's the rivet inside. Now I'm going to have to bend that at an angle to get it to clamp on, which will be a bit tricky, but it should in theory work. The problem, and this is what the problem is, cutting a huge amount of this metal off is going to be a pain. Now I could go in the mill, and I could mill and then mill and then mill and then mill, and that's going to take a lifetime. I could try and put an angle and mill it across. I think that's going to be the way to do it, because if I mill across at an angle, then hopefully I'll be able to get rid of a lot of material. It'll just be a number of passes over and over again. So, to the mill. This is taking ages. I mean, this is... Oh, as you just saw there, I replaced this bit because I know it's getting a bit more dull. So I replaced that. And the new, clean, brand new bit, not a massive improvement, a little bit easier cutting, but this is going to take a really long time to do it this way. I have another final idea I could use, which is I have a jigsaw, so I could clamp this part in place and then use a jigsaw to go through it. So let's set that up, shall we, and see what happens that way. I can just imagine this blade's going to break after so long. It's a very old blade. Right. Okay. Okay, so this is considerably faster with a jigsaw than on the mill, so that's good. I'm not super close to the line, but that's fine. My thinking is we'll cut this first, take it further down on the mill, and then we can sand it down. So we'll do it that way. This is still going to take a huge amount of time. This is most going to be times 900 speed, and I'll be honest, this is most probably going to take me at least an hour to cut through this metal, just to cut the metal with the jigsaw, and then it's more than likely going to take another hour at least on the lathe, and then maybe half an hour an hour hand sanding it. So, and I need to put a bit of a like blade edge on it because I really want that. So anyway, that's what's got to happen. The reason I paused is because I've just had a thought. I could get a drill bit and these little 3 out cuttings, I could actually just drill those out, which would actually make my job a lot easier. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get a drill bit and do that. Oh, my neck. Oh, I've been like that for nearly 2 hours solid. Oh. So that's, look how bad that is. Look how bad they are. They are so rough. But the bulk of the metal's off now, thank God. There's still a lot of work to do. I also want to put like a blade taper on these because that'll be so cool. Not a sharp one, just a little bit of a taper if I can. we'll find out. Yeah, so today we're going to be finishing these off so they look really good. I'm going to try, I've actually get to try a big file, a big meaty file I wanted to use for a while, which I just haven't had a chance to do, so I'm looking forward to testing that out. I don't think it'll work very well, so I think it's going I don't think it's going to work well, so I think I'm going to have to go back to the old standard files, or maybe my little mini belt sanders, or the sanders. We'll find out, we'll see. It's a whole learning curve. I've never done anything like these pieces before. God, I hope they fit in place and work when I clamp them in place. We'll find out. But again, yeah, so let's get started.
Close my eyes and a calm descends on me. Take me with you. We soar to infinity. We're going at the speed of light. Bring me higher. You lift my feet up from the ground. I wish upon the shooting star that you make me lighter. And now you hit my heart with the speed.
Okay, you've just seen me do all that by hand with the file. A really good jaggedy file, rasp file, I think. Then I use this file. Then I use this file with a curve. Then I use the round file. I've been going at that for 45 minutes. I am knackered. And the reason I stopped the video is because I've literally just realised I have this, an angle grinder, and have a bit that's really good at taking off material. I've just killed myself when I could have done it with that. I want to die. I'll show you what I've done by hand though, after all that work. So, this is what I managed to do. So you can see I've got them all in line. It looks really nice around there. Got all that to do. Oh, so, I don't know why this isn't level, it's so annoying. No, now you're level. So, we're going to go and do this part now. So I'm going to set up for the angle grinder. And God, I wish I had the comments and this was live. You could have said, what are you doing? Get an angle grinder. Anyway, let's go.
We're going at the speed of light. Bring me higher. You lift my feet up from the ground. I wish upon the shooting star that you make me lighter. And now you hit my heart with the speed.
I'm knackered. I am that. Oh my god, that's taken so long. But the fact is, we have now made Wolverine claws. But at the same time, they kind of remind me of the Predator dart, like the Predator dart's like a mini version, and bit mad, aren't I? It's because I'm all alone. But we now have, from drawing to reality, two identical parts. God, that has drained my entire battery on this this recorder. I'm very happy with that. The next thing is I've got to take the paper off. I want to give it a really good polish. The amount of effort it took just to sand these down, so that's how sanding. But the amount of effort that took, honestly, I might give it another polish, another sanding, but I was going to put these at an angle. It's so much work. I don't even think I have a tool that can do that, so I may actually just leave it like this. I just don't have the ability to do it. So I'll be back in a moment once this has come off, and then we'll be affixing these to the emitter. Right, okay, so I was going to do the paper thing, like I said, but I've just got a bit of a piece of metal. I went on the belt sander and I actually was able to do quite a nice edge. And I'll be honest, I spent so long on these two things, it'd be a shame not to finish them off with the edging. So we're going to do the edging. Yes. Right. Oh, when I agreed to do this build, I knew it was going to be a lot of work. I didn't know it was going to be maybe this much work, but anywho, they're looking good. So I've got the back of these all rounded off, beautifully rounded off. So they're nice, well, not beautifully, but they're rounded off, they're really nice and smooth on the side. They're all, and they're both the same. So they're both not rounded off really, really well. Because we've angled these, it makes this look, it looks a bit like it's a bit like a spearhead now, isn't it? But we've now got the sides, which are really, really cool. That go to a really cool point. So I'm going to get the paper off, Once the paper's off, I'm going to give it a polish, a good buff, and then we will be moving over to fitting these to the metal. God, I hope this plan works, because I spent a huge chunk of one day, or most probably now a full day's work, just to make these two parts. And if these things don't work, I'm gonna cry. Right, I'll be back to do the heat bit. Hey guys, so you'll see that the video just kind of cut out after I'd done one side of it. I didn't realise, but the memory card on the camera had maxed out, which is a bit gutting because, well, you saw me do one full side. It was exactly the same process for the other. It has worked. These are on really firmly. I don't think these will... I mean, if you whack them against the wall, I think, yeah, they'd come off then. But other than that, I think you're fairly safe. So we have now got the emitter section. Great. Really happy. Really, really happy. I've got to take these rivets out. I'm going to actually re-rivet these onto the main body. And that's where the LED will stop and the blade will sit on top. And you'll also give it extra strength and hold this in place even better. So I've got to take these two bits out that I put in first over here and here to hold that together. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It's come out better than I thought. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tidy up all the edges on here now, so that it's all nice and smooth. When I was polishing it, you'll notice I only polished one side, or one full claw. Don't know. And it's because when I was polishing it, I realised that all this is getting sprayed black. So you'll never see the polish. I am going to let the polish come through and the blades on the edge come through, so it'll be lovely silver black contrast. But I was like, well, there's no point polishing that side. So yeah. So I'm going to get this part done all nice and tidied up. Well guys, I think that is the end of part 2. We've got everything lined up for the chassis, which is great. This is now finished, which is just it's taken like nearly 2 days to do this. It's bizarre. Everything's been speeded up. Yesterday I went through. I have 4 batteries for my camcorder. Each one lasts about an hour. I went through all of them to do part 1. I've gone through all of them to do part 2. I mean, this battery is nearly dying out. So I'm going to spray the needed parts black. Yeah, man. Looking forward to seeing it all finished and black. Anyway, I actually went out and I spray painted the parts black that need to be black, and then I have given them a clear protective lacquer to make sure that you can hold them, but you won't rub off the paint. and it's turned out pretty damn well. Really, really well. Here it is. Look at that. Obviously this is just the switch section, but that's what the switch section looks like. Lovely, lovely. Very happy with that. I'll put that back on. And this is the fins. I don't know, but yeah, these look fantastic as well. So I'm really, really happy about these. I'm going to sand these edges down so they're nice and shiny and silver, which will be really great. And then once that's done, I need to pick something that can go in this section here. I'm not sure what to use yet, or what to do. But we're going to have a really nice chunky pommel, be about that big. Where's the pommel? Oh. I'm all thumbs today, so then we'll have a nice big chunky pommel at the base as well. So yeah, it's going well. I'm happy with it so far. So nice big chunky pommel. I'm tempted just to put black underneath all this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll give that a quick test actually, see what it looks like. But yeah, let's get to work. Before we get to work, just want to say, please guys, check out my Patreon. £3 a month, and it gets you 10% discount, and these build videos just as one big build video if that's what you're wanting. I'll also try and get other content up there as well. And as I'm here, please give it a quick subscribe and a thumbs up. It's a huge help to me. This is why I'm doing all this, to try and build up the people that know about this. Does that make sense? I'm trying to get out there more so people know more about what it is. So, you know, a like would be a huge help. If you want to put a comment in down there, stick a comment in, but a really big help will be a subscribe. Anyway, let's get to it. Right, that's. I've just realised I'm pausing this a lot more and talking to the camera a lot more than I normally do. I don't know why. I think the reason why I'm talking to the camera more is because, well, I just want to show you these things. I mean, it looks really nice, and I've been thinking what to put here. And actually, I'm not going to put anything there. I'm going to leave it and then have the switch section. And I'm thinking of a brown wrap, which will look quite nice going into a silver pommel. The reason I'm going to leave that blank is I think it'll just give it a really nice section to hold on to. It feels really good, and surprisingly, when you're using it, that doesn't dig into you, that bit there. I suppose you could use it that way as well, but it actually feels rather comfortable, to be honest. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So the next thing we're going to do, no point putting the switch section on yet until the chassis is inside. Need to do the pommel, so we need to cut the metal down to the pommel to the right size on the lathe. So off to the lathe we go. nice. Done. And here it is. I have to admit, the brown, it makes it, the brown stands out a lot. But it's a nice transition from all this black and silver and this lovely shiny silver blade edge. But yeah. I've got to say, that is nice. I do like that dagger. It feels like a dagger. You know, it doesn't feel like a lightsaber. Does that make sense? So with a lightsaber, it's most probably around the same weight. It's most probably around the same weight as a lightsaber because of these two guards. I don't know what they're called. Fins, wings, things. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it's most probably like around the same way as a normal lightsaber. The brown self-adhesive cloth wrap that I use, that feels really nice. Feels really good to hold. It feels very comfortable in the hand, very comfortable, and I like the pommel. The pommel's really nice. It's just an overall quite nice, like a little dagger. Could you see that sort of like pinned to your belt? So yeah. You can see the. Need to get a bit of a wipe down, a bit of dust over this now. You can see the blade on the wings. Which is quite nice. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed watching the build process for this one. Sorry I talked a lot more than I normally do in the build videos. Normally it's just cut the parts and go straight to the lathe, but obviously it wasn't that much intensive in regards to the lathe work this time, which was nice but different. But yeah, I mean, this has been a fun build, so thank you very much. I look forward to doing the next build video, which is the second dagger, again for this really nice gentleman who ordered the first dagger. So I hope he's going to like it. I think it's quite cool. It's kind of like a vampire feel to it. But again, no, yeah, it's good. I really like it. I think it's quite nice. Yeah, I was going to say, so we've got the next build video coming up, which will be for the second dagger. So please tune into that. Again, if you've liked what you've seen, guys, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. You know, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe already. If you don't enjoy my content at some point, just unsubscribe. It doesn't take a second to do. The more likes I get, the more YouTube will pick this up and actually put it out there. So I really do appreciate the likes. So just take a second, just click that like for me. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next build video.